All right, we're going to call this special session to order. As is tradition, we're going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you're able, please rise on cover. And Ms. Miller, would you lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you all. The purpose of this special session is for the board to hold a preliminary hearing on the proposed construction project. If you're interested in speaking at the hearing, please make sure you have signed the sign-in sheet, which should include your name and address. After a presentation by the administration and its advisors, there will be an opportunity for the public to make comments about the project. At the hearing, we will ask that each person limit their comments to 3 minutes and that the topic be limited to the proposed project under consideration. The notice of this preliminary determination hearing was published as legally required. At this time, I will ask that Mr. Yancey explain the purpose of this hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Parsley. Pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-20-3.5, a school corporation must hold 2 public hearings and adopt a resolution to preliminarily determine to issue bonds or enter a lease for a project which has a total project cost to exceed a certain threshold. These public hearings and consideration of resolutions are the very beginning of the legal process. We note that no board action is legally required at this hearing. Rather, this hearing is solely to hear public comments regarding the project.
Thank you, Mr. Yancey. I should have noted as well that Dr. Miller, Mr. Bailey, Mr. King are not with us today, but we do have 4 members and therefore a quorum of the board. Mr. Yancey, could you tell us about the process of determining and communicating the project to the community and the need for the project?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Parsley. As when I started the superintendentship here at North Lawrence, I was given from Performance Services a facility study that showed what is needed in all of our buildings here at North Lawrence Community Schools. We are asking the board to take a look at a lease bond that will be done in 2024 for Shawswick Elementary School to total replace HVAC and gym area HVAC, LED lighting upgrades, building cosmetics that includes carpet and painting, etc. We are asking Needmore Elementary School for a total HVAC replacement, a new roof, also LED lighting upgrades, and then building cosmetics where needed for painting and cosmetics. We are also asking the board, as we bid these projects out, we're hopefully to have savings that then we would ask that all North Lawrence Community School buildings, if we have money left over to do repairs, that would be in the maintenance area.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Yancey. We will now hear from Mr. Damian Magos with Raymond James and Associates Incorporated about how the proposed project will be financed, as well as information about the effect on the typical property taxpayer.
Okay, thank you. We'll take a look. looking at a bond issue in either August or September. The bond issue, the maximum term for the bond issue will be 10 years, but really I think we're looking at an amortization or a debt service schedule that's closer to 7 or maybe 7.5, depending on the rate where rates come in. And on the next page, it shows this is the debt service fund budget, and so the blue is the general obligation bond issue that we're going to do here shortly, and as you can see, we'll have that structured to allow for this project that'll happen a little later this year. So we would have a payment in 2025, 2026, 2027, smaller payments, and then larger payments in 28 through 32. And what this does on the next page is keeps the rate at or below 40 cents for a couple of years, and then you can see there's a kind of a cliff, a big drop between 26 and 27 and 27 and 28. This allows future board, administration, et cetera, to either continue doing smaller type or maybe a larger project. But it's just going to give you flexibility in a couple of years to kind of assess where you are and either a larger project or just continued smaller to keep the rate up. So in terms of a tax impact, there will not be a tax impact. We are going to keep the rate at the 24 level of 39 cents. So we will not go over that, and maybe a little bit under that. The maximum payment, so the maximum term is going to be 10 years, and the maximum payment out there in the year 2028 is $3,600,000. So we will not go over, we can't go over that payment. And then when we put everything together on the last page, we'll include the operation fund. You could see the overall rate is not going to increase either. We're going to keep the rate at $1 or 99 cents, under $1 going forward. And you can see beginning in 27, you're going to have room again to address other needs or do some short-term borrowing. Any questions?
Can you maybe translate that, the 40-cent mark or the $1 mark in this last chart? 40 cents per watt or $1 per watt. How does that translate to?
Oh, so it's per $100 of assessed value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Mr. Magos. We will now open the public hearing. Remember, if you would like to speak, please sign in on the sheet which is located in the entrance of the room. As I mentioned earlier, we ask that you state your name and address, limit your comments to the proposed project and financing, keep any comments to 3 minutes, and avoid being repetitive if possible. And as for the sign-in sheet, I do not believe we have anyone signed in, do we? All right. Seeing no speakers, are any further questions on the board's part? Thank you all then for who have participated in this hearing. We appreciate your time and interest in the project and the future of our community. Please note that this is just the first step in the legal process. No board action is legally required at this hearing. Rather, this hearing is solely to hear public comment. The board will continue to work with the administration and its professionals to look for efficiencies to conserve tax dollars while meeting our educational needs. The board will hold a second public hearing in this boardroom on May 16th, 2024 at 5:30, which is before our regular scheduled board meeting. With that being said, I will take a motion to adjourn this meeting. Ms. Collier makes a motion. Do I have a second? Ms. Miller makes a second. All those in favor of adjournment, please signal by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed?